Hi guys, thought I would do something just a little bit different today, and by a little bit I mean a lot of bit, completely different. And now for something completely different for you Monty Python fans. But anyway, we are going to give you a tour of my art studio today instead of doing a painting for you. Thought that might be interesting for some of you. For some of you it might be just the world's most effective sedative. Just put it in right before you go to sleep and it'll knock you right out. So anyways, here we go. This is the doors to my studio right here. There's the sign that I put up letting my family know that I'm filming. Do not upset the resident art monkey by interrupting. That's me. I'm the art monkey. So we just come in here and then give you a wide sweep. And there you go. There's the art studio tour. Thanks for coming to my tour. Just kidding. All right, so I mean, just a quick thing about the color of the walls. It was this color when we moved in, but I love this color. I've thought about painting it so that I can see, so I can have better color vision or whatever, but I just love the color, even though it clashes with my other teal artwork, so I've kept it. But anyways, I'm gonna start on this side, and I've got some like physical therapy type exercise stuff around here because I double up my space for doing my physical therapy exercises for my back and my neck in here. But here's my desk. That's where all the magic happens, if you consider it magic. But anyway, this little guy right here is a new addition. It's on wheels if I need to move it. But I've got a tray up here for storing my brushes flat. And I've got like my masking fluid stuff here and like some pens and things like that. And then the top drawer here is for like scrap paper for testing out my colors. But all of these ones are just stacks and stacks of watercolors and drawings in the bottom. And that has been a great addition because previously they were all just piled on top of this coffee table here, which is actually a cedar chest that my grandmother gave me before she passed away, so it's really sentimental. But anyways, we come back over here. Here's my desk. This is how it's usually set up. You've got this 3 reservoir water thing, which I would recommend because you can get clean water, dirty water, and an extra. I think I got that at Michael's. I don't know what the brand name is, but anyway. We've got stuff tacked on the walls here, like metallic swatches to let me know what they look like on black. All my different color mixes, possibilities here. You've got this thing to let me know, to remind me what I'm supposed to do before I film. Only half the time I forget to do it anyway, even though it's an absolutely enormous type. But there you go. You've got, this is my filming setup right here. This is my ring light, and it goes all the way to the floor. It is not attached to the table, so that if I wiggle the desk, it does not wiggle the camera with it, which is, you know, it's independent from the desk entirely because of that reason, because I'm a known camera wiggler, I would say. So I've got this right here to block the light from my eyes because I suffer from migraines from time to time, and that you don't need a ton of light in your eyes. And then I use this one sometimes. I've had this since high school for extra light. And you've got Sylvester the cat hitching a ride on the top there. No telling how old that little dude is. But anyway, you've got your hair dryer down there for drying out watercolors quickly in between takes. You've got your huge box of shop towels because I go through them like water, or with water, but anyway. You've got this little table right here. It's got my my art bin set up here with all of my paints so that if I run out of something I can turn around and quickly retrieve it. So you've got your Daniel Smith and your Winsor & Newton in here. I'm in the process of changing from my main palette from Winsor & Newton Professional to Daniel Smith. I just find that Daniel Smith is so much easier to re-wet, and it makes my life so much easier that I've just switched. So here is like pencils and pens and stuff like that. And I change out the stuff that's on this table depending on what medium I'm using, because I also use acrylic paint, which that's what all these are. These are acrylic canvases. And you come over here and you've got all of your acrylic brushes. You also have my drawing of the Queen there, which was pretty cool. But anyway, you open this up. This is one of my supply closets. It's got fixative and random craft supplies like ribbons, and then like a box of oil paint that has been in there since college. So I'm sure the paint is probably brick hard and unable to be retrieved from other tubes. But anyway, this window right here is huge, and I can actually open up the top of it if I need more light, which is awesome. And like I said, here's more exercise stuff for my physical therapy. Here is my easels, and I take those out and put them over here if I'm painting near my flat surfaces. You have one of my aprons that I use to paint with an acrylic paint, and believe it or not, that is not as paint covered as they get. That one's actually not too bad. But anyway, you have your absolutely enormous supply closet here, and it's not super stable, so it's attached to the wall, but it does hold a lot of stuff because you pull it out, and then it's got, on this side, it has more shelves, which is awesome. So let me show you the entire thing. See, it's pretty awesome. And then I'm just gonna like go through it with you if you don't mind. Not much you can do about it if you do mind, other than switch off, I guess. But anyways, it's a risk you take. So these are alcohol inks. They're inside of this 1990s caboodle right here, which was great for makeup, but even better for art supplies, I think. Here's the alcohol that goes with that. And then up here we have the cutting implements like scissors and X-Acto knives and things like that. I have some sewing stuff. All this stuff is what I try to keep out of my daughter's reach. You have your extra R2-D2 pencils and your Star Wars T10. You have your I have some inks here. This is like gold and white and like your regular India ink back there. I've got charcoal. I have pastels and new pastels and some more charcoal type stuff. We've got your brown paper tape to stretch watercolors, which I don't ever use because I can't be bothered, to be honest. You've got wax to seal your paintings if you need to. You've got your soap for your brushes. Come back up here. You've got your soft pastels and your pastel pencils. Those are all Faber-Castell. This one is vintage. It's probably older than I am. I got it from my high school. This I've had since college. It has like stuff like new pastels and charcoal and drawing pencils in it. It's got Simpsons and Looney Tunes stickers on the front of it. That's what I used to take to life drawing, which I used to call naked people drawing, which is the world's most awkward class, and I never would have taken it if I didn't have to. There's your vintage Prismacolors, also from high school. Gosh knows how old they are. But here's a newer set. Prismacolor is pretty awesome for colored pencils. You've got some Crayola ones to mess around with. You've got some Staedtler watercolor brush pens. It says pens, but they're markers. I haven't found a good use for those things yet other than lettering, so if you have a good use for them, please let me know in the comments. We've got some more ebony pencils. That's what I use for like that drawing of the Queen. You have a speedball set of calligraphy tips and a pen. I have rolled up drawings for my acrylic paintings. And then speaking of acrylic, there's all my acrylic paint. There's more of it in here. These are drop cloths. And then all my watercolor stuff is up here. So you've got your Winsor & Newton palette here. My Daniel Smith one is over there on my desk right now, being used. This is one of my most used things. It holds all of my watercolor pencils. I've got 2 sets of them, and then the water brushes and swatches of it. But also all of my micron pens, you know, Sharpies, pencil sharpeners, that's what that is. It holds my shavings. And then there's, you know, all my drawing pencils and, you know, a bunch of extra palettes. I have my gouache palette here, and then I have, you know, Sennelier palette I haven't tried yet. These are my metallics. This is a new Van Gogh travel set I haven't tried yet. I have extra sketchbooks. This is an art bin full of my watercolor ink. Those are the, I just do free flow with that. They're a lot of fun. This is my gouache little set right here. This is my Etcher mini slate. It's my new travel thing. You can use it on a tripod. I haven't used it yet, but all my stuff is in it. It hasn't quite been the weather yet for that. That's my supply cabinet. This is the area that you guys probably recognize from the videos. You see that every week. There's Han Solo and the Beatles, of course. This is by a Tulsa artist that I really like named Christopher Westfall. He's pretty cool. I have probably 4 of his things in my house. This is where I put my phone for when I do the headshots that you guys see every week. Oh, there's my very first guitar right there. It's a total piece. I got it at a pawn shop for like $100, and like the strings don't even like stay on it anymore. So like, don't try to come in and steal it. It doesn't work. But it's there for sentimental purposes. Anyway, there's my painting of Tom Petty that I did from a picture that I took at one of his concerts. There's my husband and I on whenever the day we got engaged. So there you go. He's awesome also. This is my huge portfolio. That's where I keep all of my big sheets of watercolor paper. Not that I ever use them anymore because you have to cut them down and I literally can't be bothered. This these are the 2 pieces of wood and a piece of fabric that I use to flatten watercolors whenever they get wavy or buckled. Maybe I'll do a video on that in the future because it's just a very useful thing to know. There's Mr. Bob Ross. That was given to me by my daughter this Christmas. You gotta have him in here. Here's an adjustable little like book rack thing that I keep like watercolor pads and sketch pads and a few books and things like that in. Yeah, and then you come over here in the corner and you've got all of my like art books, like Renoir, Michelangelo, believe it or not, Paul McCartney does paintings, so I have a book of him, and then Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett was an absolute like raging watercolorist. He was great. So I have a book of his paintings as well. This is where I've started keeping my watercolor blocks. I used to keep them in that little stand-up thing right here vertically, and I've been noticing that they kind of have been coming away from their cardboard, which defeats the purpose of a block. So I've started coming over here and storing them flat, and hopefully that will help. The bigger ones here, and then these are all the 9x12, so I keep them up here so I can just grab them and not like have a million of them falling on the floor when I try to do that. Here's my Tom Petty concert poster of the very first concert of his that I went to, and it was amazing. And then after that I won a radio contest to go see him in LA from front row center, which blew my mind. But anyway, all right, so that is my studio, and there you have it. That's my space. I will say I've been very, very blessed to be in such a big room, but it's not essential. You can make art wherever you are. All you need is a flat surface and maybe one of those art bins with all of your supplies in it, and you can pick up that sucker and go wherever you want to. Half the time I paint on the dining room table with one of my art bins, so If you don't have this much space to spread out, don't worry about it. You can still make beautiful art no matter where you are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, because that's how this channel gets to grow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.